the simplest way to upcycle some old art.
Today's video is short and sweet. It is a beginner project. It is so easy.
Y'all, we are taking apart this frame, just using a tool to remove the staples in the back. I'm going to take out the cardboard holding the piece in along with the art and the glass, so it's just the wood frame left. You can see the piece of Connie lines and designs that we are going to be adding to this. And this is what was in there. I mean, it's faded, it's dirty, I don't know. But it was on this nice little piece of heavier board so that I would be able to use that to go in the back of my paper. So we are going to go ahead and give this a makeover. Since Connie uses all of DIY paints to do her rice papers, I decided to use Old 57. I know this is one of her faves, and I am fairly certain that is what is the background on this rice paper that I have sitting here, and I can't remember the name of the rice paper, but I will link everything I have used for this video below. This is going to get 2 coats. This first one, I know it always looks a little scary. Well, not always. Sometimes you get amazing coverage. And while this one I'm getting great coverage, because it's such a dark wood, I would have had to go over this no matter what paint I had used. We'd have to do it at least twice. So we are getting this painted, and all the spots that will show, like the inside of that frame, I'm making sure to get as well.
My name is Sandra. I am the owner and creator here at Midwest Charm. I specialize in repurposed, upcycle, vintage home decor and furniture and all of your DIY needs. We have DIY paint. We have Sweet Pickins milk paint. We have recycled treasures. We have Connie lines and designs. We have iron orchid designs. Oh my gosh, my brain totally froze for a moment. We've got all of those, and you can find them linked below on our website as well as on our social medias.
Such an easy flip to do, and it modernizes your piece, and this piece brightens the room, and I actually think I'm going to keep this and hang it in my kitchen. It just makes me smile. So I told you all that this was on a little backer board. So we are going to go ahead and take White Swan by DIY, and we are going to put 2 coats of paint right directly onto this little, it's like a thicker cardboard. I cannot think of what it's called for the life of me. But we are going to just give this 2 good coats of white paint, because this will really, really help our rice paper colors pop. I could have applied it directly or just put it in the frame with this piece, but I really don't want to dull down those colors. Because the frame is going so bright, I wanted to keep the colors as bright as possible too. And you can see I'm just using the paint that was in the lid. Why not, right guys? Why not? Okay, on to the next step while this dries. We're going to go back to the frame. And we're going to give this its second coat. And you will see this looks amazing with the second coat. I am loving the color of this frame. I'm doing the edges first because the last time I waited to the edge to last, and that was not the easiest way to get it to paint. But look at this, y'all. Look at this. Look at that second coat go on, and look how pretty it is. And you don't want to overwork the second coat. If you overwork the second coat, you will reactivate that first coat and pull it up. I love this color too. I really do. I think I just really needed that pop of spring in the house. We have, quite a bit of windows, and we use a lot of mirrors to bounce light in the winter. But we're getting like some late snow here, and we've had some really, really frigid cold days. And I think these florals and this beautiful teal color just really, really, I don't know, they really bring spring into the house, and I'm really, really happy with it. Now we're going to let this one get all dried up. Oh, I'm using my hair dryer. You guys, I filmed this ahead of time, and when I go in to do the voiceovers, I don't always remember the steps or the orders I do it in, and I could redo my voiceover, but we're just going to go ahead and give this a quick dry. 1, so I can move it, and 2, so I can do any little touch-ups before I put away the paint and clean my paintbrushes. as I'm blowing it, it caught like a drip and was blowing it up onto the frame. It was so weird. And you can see as this paint dries, this is a clay-based paint, and as it dries lighter. And then when you put the top coat on it, it'll dry somewhere between that wet and that dry color. And I think I got all the spots. Okay, so next we are going to mist our rice paper. This will help activate those fibers in there and just kind of help it stretch and fit to this piece better. And this is an easy process if you guys have watched me do this before. So we are using liquid patina by DIY, the clear, for our medium. And I am just trying to line up where I want this on that little backer board. And once I get it applied to where I want, I just smooth it down with my hand. And then I'm going to lift that bottom part up. And then we're going to just keep applying until we have it completely down. Again, just smoothing out with your hand is probably the easiest way to go. This is, like I said, a thicker paper and it's got those fibers in it, so you're not going to have issues with wrinkles. It'll be really easy to get done. We're going to go over the top of this. And when I do this, I realize that the corners, there's a couple corners that do not have enough medium on it. So I do lift up the corner a little bit and apply more medium to that. But we're just going to put a nice generous coat on the top of this to help seal it down. And you can see where that backer board is. This is why I like to mist my papers, because it does allow that to stretch a little bit. And because it does do that stretching, when it dries nice and tight and even, and it smooths everything out. So this is highly recommend using a mister bottle while doing this. Now we are going to seal in our frame, and I am using DIY's clear wax. Y'all, if you have not used this wax, go and get some now. I will link below both the waxes that I am using. They are so creamy and so smooth, and they are easy to apply. I like using artist brushes, one, because this is so soft and creamy that I can get in all those little details, and I can get into all that without having a big bulky brush. And the bristles are so soft, so I'm not going to pull up any paint or anything like that. We're going to get this coat on, and we're just going to go ahead and take our white wax out immediately after. I'm not really giving this any time. I'm not wiping this off. I'm just putting that coat on and leaving it. And I'm just going to apply this kind of haphazardly across all the parts of this, inside, outside the edges. You want just any part that I applied the clear wax to, I'm going to apply it, but just not like with any rhyme or reason with how heavy or not heavy. What I use is just the blue shop towels because they're lint free. I use one to hold down the side and one to wipe, because if I don't, I'll leave fingerprints on there, and I hate that. I hate getting a piece done and then seeing my fingerprints in it. So I usually try to find a second one to hold it with. And I'm just wiping it back, leaving a little extra where you might want it to be. This tones down that blue just enough. I washed this piece, which is why I'm grabbing it with 2 clean shop towels. We're just going to reapply everything in there, and it wasn't like sealed in, and I had to do that afterwards, but I did get that done. I'm cleaning up the edges on here, just sanding off the little rim of paint, and I end up going in with a baby wipe and then sanding it and where it's a little bit thicker and crustier, like right there. And it actually does a phenomenal job of removing that because it is not cured yet, so it's really easy to get that off. That just cleans up the back a bit so that it looks neat. Y'all, I cannot wait to hear what you think, going from that peach art to this gorgeous springy floral. I'm really excited to hear what you think of the final result.
What did you think? You guys, it's so easy. You can do this on your own, right? And you can take any of those Connie papers and just transform them into a beautiful, happy piece of art, whether you're going with a white frame or a gray frame or something on the more neutral side and not so bright as mine, but it makes me so happy and I'm really excited. I'm going to probably hang this in my kitchen. I love, love, love how it turned out. Please hit that little subscribe button if you haven't already. It really helps my channel. I appreciate you all watching, and we'll see you all next time. Bye.